Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. Now, Spaceman got in touch. I don't know if he came traveling on a ship from afar, but he got in touch and he's got an astronomical puzzle for us today. I'm going to have a go at this. I don't know. It's very pretty. The rule set is very frightening, but I am game and we will have a look at it in a moment. Now, out on Patreon now, Blobs is rather wonderful. Lord of the Rings, Sudoku Hunt. It's fabulous. It is out on Patreon and we urge you to check it out. Join us on Patreon if you haven't already. There's loads of content. There's Simon solving Fistamafel last month, me solving the Times monthly club special Cryptic, which is utterly devious, all sorts of other stuff. Do check it out on Patreon. It is great fun. Of course, so is the Discord community and our merchandise. That is great fun. And Sven's Sudoku Pad. And all our apps are brilliant too, including Line Sudoku, our latest one out. So do check out the links under the puzzles. Now, I am going to have a look at the links under the video, that was. The first link is to this puzzle, whose rules I am going to study now. Normal Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. We have to draw a loop of orthogonally connected cells. So they're connected horizontally and vertically, and that is the sun loop. And a loop of diagonally connected cells, the moon loop. I mean, this is already fabulous. So obviously, let's just enable the pen tool. The sun loop will move horizontally and vertically, something like that, for instance. The moon loop, let's do that in blue. I don't know why, because the moon sits. No, that's no good. It can't move orthogonally. It must move vertically. So something like that. I don't know. Anyway. Each loop is one cell wide. I suppose that's considering the cells. Okay, so maybe let's draw the sun loop like that and the moon loop like that instead. And may not intersect itself or touch itself orthogonally, but it may touch itself diagonally. Now, some people argue that this is already touching itself orthogonally. It's not. Use context and logic. It just means it can't back up on itself or come round here and then touch itself there orthogonally, but it can touch diagonally, so that could be the sun loop. Now, both loops act as German whispers lines, meaning that adjacent digits on the loop must differ by at least 5. Every location where the two loops intersect is marked with a sun or a moon. A sun indicates that the digit on the moon loop is eclipsed, i.e. hidden, by the digit on the sun loop. And, oh, so there's oh, that's weird. Right, hang on, well, there's rules about the eclipse digit. The moon indicates that the sun digit is eclipsed by the moon digit. So these are lunar and solar eclipses, obviously. An eclipse digit must be from 1 to 9 and strictly lower than the visible digit. And digits separated by the white dot are consecutive. What an incredible rule. This is just weird. I'm also noticing no markings in the last 2 rows, no marking in the last 2 columns. How did they get disambiguated? Only by the loops. Anyway, that's philosophical reflection, which is appropriate in a puzzle with suns and moons and eclipses. And I think this was inspired by Spaceman watching the solar eclipse this year and trying to create it in a rule set. Well, he's done it. It's fascinating. I don't know how we're going to start this or complete it, but I'm going to try. So, let's get cracking. Right. Well, obviously both loops go through all of these cells. So I'm going to colour them all yellow and blue because the loops do go through them. Now, the yellows have to join up there or there. Now, this yellow, it's not necessarily in a corner. But it's either it is a corner of a loop that looks like that, or this cell is involved, in which case that is a corner and the loop looks like that. Either way, this cell is yellow. Tiny little deduction, but we've done it. This is very important. This is a moon cell. So the only diagonal cells it's touching are those ones. And then, right, I am going to go back to the colouring thing, the line thing. There's my moon path, and it is touching itself diagonally, which is allowed. Oh, that's very interesting. Right, and the sun path doesn't intersect there because all the intersections are given. So the sun path goes through there, and this moon place is a corner on the sun path, and that's also yellow now. Ah, okay. Well, I mean, it's a start. It's something. Goodness only knows how we're going to get into numbers in this puzzle, but we have at least started to think about the puzzle in a way that works. Now, the moon loop obviously can't close there, and this now can't go there because there's no intersection, so it does go there. I suppose I ought to draw my yellow sun path. I don't know if you can see that, but this has to be right so far. Now, the moon path does go through here, but I suppose it could do it like that, which is quite annoying. I've only just noted that all of the sun and moon symbols are obviously on the same sort of bishop's colour if we considered the whole board as a checkerboard. And they must be because of the diagonal path of the moon loop. Now, can we get any further? Ah, okay. I was just wondering about highs and lows, because we've got German whispers going on, haven't we? Yeah, we have. Thank you. You're quite right. You agreed with me. So, maybe I'm going to have to get rid of the colouring. That's annoying, because I was quite liking the colouring. Just leave the lines in. But I now want to colour. I was going to colour these as high. I don't know that they're high. They could be, they're one polarity. But the rules about German whispers that we know, 5 can't go on a whisper. Digits must alternate on a whisper line between higher than 5 and lower than 5 to maintain the difference. And 4 and 6 can never sit anywhere where their two neighbours see each other. Those are useful starts to considering these whispers. So I'm going to colour green and purple for the different polarities on the yellow line, and we can then do the same on the purple, on the blue line. Those go purple, and that's quite interesting because we've found all 4 purples in box 1. I don't know, maybe it's not interesting, but it feels, it does feel interesting. Now, considering the diagonal loop, these can't both be purple because that would be 5 in column 2. Green, purple, green, purple. So if we went on the direct path to that, no, if we went on the direct path, it would be purple. If we went on the next most direct path, it would still be purple. I'm struggling to understand how one of these cannot be a purple digit. Oh, no, I'm not, because they're eclipsed. The digits are eclipsed. That's so weird. Right. Oh, right. Then my original colouring scheme wasn't necessarily right. we can't mark those both as high digits because although they, as green digits, because although they function as green digits on the yellow line, one of them in that cell is actually hidden. Okay, but we can still alternate the other digits that aren't hidden. On the green line, on the yellow line, we get green there and purple there. Oh, but now we don't know about this line because the blooming digits are hidden. But I think we do get to assume they're the same because these two cells, one has a sun eclipse and one has a moon eclipse. So I think something in my brain is saying that that means we can parity color the same. Or no, that we can polarity assume for this line. Now let me just try and work that out. I think I'm going to come back to those both being purple actually, but we'll see. If that was green for the sun thing, hiding purple for the moon loop, so purple would be low then. Then the moon loop would go purple, green, purple, and that digit would appear, but it would be meant to be hiding high for the sun. So I don't know if you're following me. I don't know if I'm following myself, if I'm brutally honest here. Let me see if I've got my understanding right. I'm assuming, let's assume that green is high, and I'm positing the case, and I'll do this the other way around in a moment. I'm positing the case that this digit is low or purple on the moon thing, but that digit has been eclipsed. Then this would also be purple in the moon loop because of the alternation. But purple in the moon would be hiding green in the sun, and here we posited that green was higher. That can't work, therefore, because the higher digit always eclipses the lower digit according to the rules. Now, the alternative case just doesn't work at all because green would be low and purple would be high, but that can't work because green shouldn't be hiding purple then. So all of the possible cases in which the polarity between these two differs between the sun loop and the moon loop are expunged. They don't exist. Therefore, well, no, hang on. That's green. Well, we don't know how it shows up. I shouldn't have coloured it in, should I? Yes, I should, because it appears on the sun line, which goes orthogonally. That's fine. So these are definitely purple. They can't be the other colour. That's what we've worked out. So I do get my 4 purples. This is a German whispers digit, so it must be green. Now, that's interesting. That means that the moon digit is high and is obscure. Well, no. No, it means that the moon and the sun digit in this cell are both from the same polarity is what it means, I think. The moon digit could be a 4. Well, it couldn't actually be that because these would both be 9s. In fact, none of these cells can, or no, I don't know about the sun cell. None of those cells can be 4, 5, or 6. Oh, this is very confusing. This is just going to get worse in my head. And I'm going to be, right. Now we can take this, like I was saying earlier, the blue line, whenever it hits this cell, it's going to hit it on what should be a purple digit on its alternation. It doesn't matter how you come at it, how many cells you take, that is what's going to happen. Green, purple, green, purple, green, purple. So we can't actually put purple digits in both of those, or that would be 5 purple digits in the column, which is too many. Therefore, one of them is showing up as a green digit. I don't think this is such a stellar deduction, pun deliberate, as I was thinking a moment ago. It's almost kind of obvious that the sun is, well, it is obvious that the sun digit is obscuring the moon digit in those two, because that's what the symbol means. So it's not at all shocking, especially as based on the checkerboard logic, which we really can apply to this orthogonal line. That's always going to be a green cell on the sun line. Oh, that's really weird. These are always going to be green cells on the sun line, and the sun line takes precedence. So let's work out what these are. Green, purple, green, purple, green, purple, green. So on the moon line, those are both green. So every sun and moon digit in this puzzle is green. For some reason, my brain says that means they're all high, but I think maybe I'm high. That is not a reasonable conclusion. And I'm not drawing it. I want to draw more of the path. That's what I want to draw, not conclusions that are false. And I don't know how. Well, I also want to know which is high and which is low, and I don't. See, these are all green. And did I just work out they would all be actually green on their lines for alternation? Those ones would, and on this line, green, purple, green. No, that would be purple and that would be purple. So those are the clashes in a way, where green is clashing with purple. And surely the fact that green is taking precedence in one case, in at least one case, well no, in both cases over purple there, that does mean green is high. I think that's why my brain has been telling me that green is high. Because green in one of these cases is taking precedence over a moon purple. Yes. Green is high. So this digit is 7, 8 or 9. These are low. That C's the other ones, so it's 1, 2 or 3. This one could be a 4. This one, oh, these two can't be a 4. That's how to do this purple thing. So that is a 4. There's my first digit in the puzzle. And that is flanked by 9s. It's got to be. And this one is obviously, I'm going to work that out before, that it's on the blue path. Well, yes, I've drawn the blue path into it, but it's high now. Right. Well, I feel like that's a huge breakthrough because I've started doing something. This is 6, 7 or 8. It can't be 6. It doesn't touch 2 cells on one line yet, but it does touch 2 cells on different lines, and they can't both be 1. Seven or 8 here. So where do we go on to? On the diagonal, we go on to a 1, 2 or 3 there. Oh, we need a 9 somewhere down here by Sudoku. That's probably not very interesting. And we need both paths to run through all these suns and moons. This yellow path cannot turn to there, or we would have another low digit. So it goes to there, where we have a purple low digit, which is 1, 2 or 3. And then it must go here, otherwise when it got there it would be a path touching itself. We're not allowed that. So the purple goes directly there next, and this digit is... This is high. Now, I've got to remember that the moon digit is eclipsed here. And the moon digit is always lower than the sun digit. I had forgotten this. I may have messed up now. An eclipse digit is strictly lower than the visible digit. Okay, now I'm all right. On this path, I hadn't thought this through, but on this path, that 4 is only on the moon loop. And those 9s are on the moon loop and are showing up, with this one especially, as a moon cell. So that is a 9 eclipsing a sun digit, which is not as high as 9, it's strictly lower. So the sun digit here is 8 or 7. And that's 8 or 7. One of them is a 7 and touching a 1-2 pair either there. This is such a weird puzzle. Either that's a 1-2 pair or that's a 1-2 pair. So this digit is never a 3. Because it's basically on the moon, no, on the sun path. No, I'm so confused. It's this digit on the sun path that is in between a 7-8 pair. Why can't it be? It can't be a 3 because one of them is effectively a 7. So, I'm so lost. What am I meant to be thinking? I think this can't be a 3. But a moment ago, I thought either this on the... no. I did get it the wrong way around. On the sun path, either this is a 7 or that is. That is true. So this is always touching... So whichever one is a 7 has a 1-2 pair surrounding it on the sun path. So either that's a 1-2 pair or that is. So this one is always 1 or 2. That's how I should have been thinking about it. This can be 3 if, because on the moon path it's touching 9. No, yes, and it's not on the sun path. And then that would be 8. Ah, my head wrecked already and I'm barely started. Say 18 minutes in and I'm barely started. Oh, joy. Well, maybe I'm gradually understanding the puzzle better. And maybe I'm not. Right. This is a low digit on the moon path. But I cannot... The weird thing about the eclipse digits, I haven't really had this thought before, is that they have no impact in their box, row or column. Like I keep saying this is 7 or 8 on the sun path, and I think that's true for the whisper rules. But it doesn't do anything about 7 or 8 existing in the box, because there is another 7 or 8 that appears in the box. That's so strange. So this digit in purple could be anything. I mean, I suppose we don't end up necessarily knowing what those digits are. I don't know. Anyway, from here on the sun path, that's a 7 or 8 on the sun path. It has to be lower. If it's a 7, that's a 1-2 pair. That's a 3, that's an 8. If that's an 8, that's a 7. This is a 1-2 pair. That is less powerful, although, no, it's not. Because if that's a 7, this is a 1-2 pair. Okay. No, not okay. No, I was again going to claim this had to be a 1 or a 2. But it doesn't. It's only on the moon path where it could be a 3, seeing 9 there and 8 there. Oh, so look, there's something I've misunderstood. This doesn't have to be a 7-8 pair on the sun path. It could be a pair of 8s. That's so freakily weird. So does that mean I can't even take 3 out of this cell? Probably does. They could be a pair of 8s on the sun path. There's no rules about that, I don't think. That's so strange, but it's definitely right. Well, I think, no, I don't know that it's definitely right. It feels right to me. Now, these, okay, I need to extend the paths. I really do need to do something about that. But I don't know where we're going from here, and 9 is not that helpful. Maybe the moon path from here. 7 or 8, well, the trouble is, it goes into a 1, 2, or 3, but that could be here, or it could be hidden and here. What does it mean, guys? I'm so lost. Well, this is 6, 7, or 8 in the Sudoku. And therefore the path that this steers between those needs to hit 1 or 2 in one of those cells, because otherwise there'd be a 3 connecting to a 6 or a 7. Am I meant to take this over the other side of the grid and work out these cells now? I don't see how. I really don't. I mean, I could write 5, 6, 7, 8 in there just to be doing something, because otherwise I'm feeling very stuck in the puzzle. I'm also conscious that the blue path does go into this cell, and then it comes out of it somewhere. It doesn't come out of it there, because that can't then connect up. So it comes out either there or there. Or maybe both. That's possible. But whichever one it comes out into is a high digit on the moon path. That's what I'm thinking, and it's not really carrying me forward very far, but it is definitely true. Okay, let's think about the sun loop. It goes through all of those cells, definitely. And obviously it does also go through these cells. Now, does that stop it getting to other places? It doesn't even stop it carrying on straight down here, I don't think, because then you could imagine this loop. That's possible as a sun loop. I don't see why not. Well, I mean, I don't see why not yet. So I can't even take this. I know that cell doesn't go that way, and it's obviously come from the north. I think it probably goes east and hits that, but it could go south at the moment. What about this one? So one way it crashes into this moon. Well, even that might not be true. It might avoid that moon entirely. It just can't do it both ways. See, that's another possible loopage. Oh, this is very complicated. Okay, if these connect up through that cell, this cell is low. It is the last of the purples in this column. Then these have to turn left and right. In fact, this one would have to turn that way, because otherwise anywhere it came through the column would be through another low digit. Okay, that's interesting. If this went this way, If the line that was yellow here went to there, how does it get out? We've got this line to get out of the column and this line, and they can't join up together because they would go past this cell. And therefore, they would both have to be getting out on a purple digit, actually both in that spot. So, no, I'm wrong. I am wrong again. I'm wrong about everything in this puzzle. That could be the shape of the line. And then you only need one more purple digit at the very bottom. Or one more, yeah, one more purple on the line. Oh. Oh no, but it is true to say this can't be on the yellow path, which would then go like that, because this would be purple, and you've still got to connect this up. And that's going to require a purple cell. Green. Oh no, it could be green down here. Oh. I thought it was going to require a purple cell in the column. I've been thinking entirely the wrong things about these. I thought even if that went out that way, this would be purple, but it wouldn't. It would go green, purple, green, purple, green. Oh, these two can't both be green because of all the greenness in the box already. So either one of them's purple or one of them's a 5. I still think I might be able to rule out this path, because that would be purple. This indeed would be 1 or 2. One of these would be a 3. And that would have to be an 8. I don't know how to think about this. It's very, very confusing, and it remains so. I do think that is a quite likely path now. And then the purple, the moon line could sort of intersect through. Ah. Right. I've been very slow at this. But I have now understood that on the moon line, this is a purple digit. So if it went through both of those cells, they would both be green digits, and we'd have 5 green digits in the box, which is too many. So it doesn't go through both of those cells. So one of the connections for this is to there. Good grief. I mean, how long can it take? And the other, wherever it exits, is the 4th green digit in the box. So, since both of those can't be purple, one is purple and one is 5. Don't really know how to show that, but I'll do it like that. These are definitely both purple. And in the column, these are now both green. Okay. Now, that's a hidden purple. So if we went green here, that would be a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 set. All of these would be purple. It's possible. Except, how would this ever get out? Right, if we came to here, and used up the last green in column 3. We still have to go through that cell. And for that cell to come out through column 3, it would have to come out through here, and that couldn't be green anymore, so that wouldn't work. Good Lord, so that goes to there. We get our blue line coming to there and now coming to here. And now this can get out, and it's got to be through this cell because it can't go out through there, which would be a 5th green in the puzzle, in the box. And this cell is therefore green on the blue line. Yeah, okay, that's accurate, that's fine. Now, the yellow cell has to come through here. And it can't come through here or here. The yellow line, not the yellow cell. Anyway, we've got all our greens here as well. That's really weird. 2 of these are purple. And therefore, these are 2 purples in a 5. This is not the 5. This is green. I should have gone for orange for high. Is it too late to make that switch? I'm doing it anyway. I don't think it is too late because I've got a lot of this puzzle still to solve. And blue for low. And that is 6, 7, or 8. That is 6, 7, or 8, concealing its moon number, whatever that is. Right. This is obviously 6, 7, or 8 as well. Now, one of these is a 5, and we've got our 5, 6, 7, 8 quad, and all of these are blue and low. Let's even put in 1, 2, 3, 4, just because I can. Now, this moon line. Well, no, let's think about the sun line. It's got to go through here. And therefore it can't hit a 4 on the way out. So if I knew it went that way, I'd know that was a 4. The sun line also goes through here. But this could be a 9, so it could hit a 4 on the way out. And well, it doesn't go down here, does it? So it can't go like that because it would never get out. That's not necessary. Yeah, it can't. It can't come through this cell. And it can't go through that cell because, okay, it can't come through this cell because it's not orange. And it needs to alternate between orange and blue. And it can't go through that cell because it's not marked with an eclipse symbol. And it's already got the moon path. So it can't go to that cell, and it can't go to this cell. So this is part of the line, and oh, not like that. It comes through those cells. Now it must go straight into that one once it's next to it. And this is blue and not a 5. And the 5 is placed now in the box there. Whew, okay, and it doesn't need any colouring. Right. And therefore, this doesn't go into the 5, and we've joined up the yellow line here. I don't know, can you see that yellow line? Not so much now I've gone with the orange colouring. Maybe I should change back to... Sorry, I'm just dithering. Let's go with... Sorry, with what colour instead of orange? Let's go with light green for high. So you can see the yellow line, hopefully, on top of that. I know that won't be great for some colourblind people, but it'll be all right for most people. And I am trying to just achieve visibility for most people at the moment. Now, that is not an 8, not a 4, because it's touching 2 digits that are from 6, 7, 8. So, in fact, it's also not a 3, because it's touching 2 of them. This one could be a 3, with an 8 there and a 9 there. Now, this yellow line has to come out to here, doesn't it? Yeah. It can't go to another blue cell. And it can't go down to there, crossing the moon line. And the moon line now can't go to that cell. So the moon line has to come here and then bounce up to there. And we know the colours. It goes green, then blue, then green. This one is also green after the blue. Wow. And then this, I don't know, it goes either to there or there. It can't go to here. But we are forging a path of the sun and the moon on their axes now. Now we do have to come through this cell. I suppose we could do it like that. Oh, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm getting any particular traction. This can't be a 4 because it sees 2 digits on the whisper that actually are shining out. So there's a 4 in one of these cells, in fact, in the box, so that can't be a 4 either. So here there's a 4 as well as a 5. Now, it'd be lovely to say either that was a 3. Oh, that's very interesting. If that was a 3, by Sudoku that would force a 3 here, and by whisper both of those would be 8s. So it's not a 3. So now we've got a 1-2 pair in the box and a 3-4 pair in the box and a 1-2 pair in the column, and this is now a 3-4-5 set. And that is not a 3, that is 1 or 2, and one of these is a 3, and now this has to be an 8. Doesn't it? Well, hang on. Yes, it does, because one of those is a 3. Well, okay, it's not quite for the reason I was thinking. In fact, I don't think this can be a 3, because on the moon line that would have to be an 8, but it's meant to be eclipsed. So I think that's the 3. Maybe that would have got me through this earlier if I'd thought that thought. Anyway, I think that's a 3 and that's an 8. Because this can't be a 3 because that digit is eclipsed. It is now, in fact, a 7 or a 6. And the sun digit that's eclipsed here is an 8. So it does go 8, 3, 8. So mad. It's very hard to cope with these eclipses. I really think this is a painful puzzle. One of those is an 8 in this column, and that's not an 8. So this is now, well, it has to be a 7 because it's touching 1 and 2. So that is a 6-8 pair. That's 7 in the corner. This is a 5-6 pair. Good Lord, this is so, it continues very weird. This is now a 6-8-9 triple. And this is a 7, which is touching a hidden digit under here, which is 1 or 2. And also this digit is 1 or 2. It's not hidden, and that's a 1-2 pair in the row. So because it's a hidden digit, that could be a 6. Now this can't be a 6 because it's touching a genuine 1 and 2. So that's an 8. That's a 6. The hidden digit here is a 1. How does that not resolve these blooming digits? I just don't think it does. So strange. Now, this actual digit, it could still be a 6, touching 1s in those positions. This sun digit. That's so freaky. I did hear somebody saying that me and Simon used the word weird too much recently. I think maybe it has a stronger meaning in the US, that like it's really eerie or creepy or something. Here, I think it just means strange or bizarre. And this puzzle definitely qualifies for that. Now, the yellow line, it could still come down here, but could it? I think it could. And then, well, no. I don't think it can come down here now. Because my previous thought was that it could pick up these and go up there and sort of go round here or something. But isn't it going to then run too close to this end of the yellow line? So if it came to here, those are going to join up together either like that or like that. Let's say that to give them the maximum freedom away. Now that would then have to come round here. This is positing that this comes down here, and it mustn't join up to this or touch it. So where is it going to get out? I suppose, well, no, it's allowed to touch itself diagonally. But this still has to escape. In fact, this now has to escape down to there. And this can't join up like that, or even like that, without blocking this line off down here. So I don't think this sun path can come down here anymore. I think it has to go there, which is therefore blue. And we can draw in the sun path across the two suns. And this digit is 1, 2, or 3. And these are obviously from 6, 7, 8, or 9. I mean, this is also a green digit on the moon path. It is now a 6 or a 7. It's hiding a green sun digit, isn't it? Because sun is going to be green when it hits this checkerboard of cell. Yeah, and it's got to be high. So the moon digit is a 7, hiding a sun 6, which is touching 2 1s. And it must turn to touch 2 1s. But as long as it doesn't turn that way, that's fine. In fact, we know it has to turn into one of these. So one of these is a 1 as it touches that cell. Oh, that's so strange. Right, and this 7 is on the moon path. But this is on the moon path too. But it's low on the moon path and it's a hidden digit. This digit is high and is 8 or 9 because it sees a 7 and a 6. And on the moon path it shows up and it's 8 or 9. That's much less interesting than this one, which is a 7 concealing a 6. This is actually 8 or 9 concealing 8, 7 or 6 as well. Maybe the white dot is there to tell me the sun path doesn't go straight through it, because a difference of 1 is not enough in German whispers. Although it could be doing some other job as well. Literally no way of knowing which. Oh, goodness gracious, I find this so complicated. The digit being hidden there is an 8, and that just doesn't matter anymore. That doesn't give any trouble to that digit, which is the one it touches. Now, we have to continue from here. And this digit on the moon path is 6. It's not 6 because it's going to touch 2 digits in the box. They can't both be 1s. So that's an 8 or a 9 on the moon path. Then it's going to hit a low digit, either here or here. But if it was here, that low digit would be a 3, and that would be an 8-9 pair. That would be incredibly helpful. I think. Not 100% sure it would, but it feels like it would be quite helpful anyway. I haven't written 6, 7, 8, 9 in there, but it's definitely true. Oh my goodness. Wrecking my head. 45 minutes in, I don't feel I'm halfway through this at all yet. I really am not getting a handle on the paths. Here's a thought. So, if this moon path went up to there, then it would have to continue to here. This digit would be 7 or 6. This would be 1 or 2, and that's not possible. We've got a 1-2 pair in the column. I didn't have that full thought when I said this is a good thought, but it was a good thought. So the moon path doesn't go up there, so it goes straight to here, which is totally expected and probably not very helpful, but at least it's established. As is the fact that that's a 1-2 pair. That's interesting. So if this yellow tried to go up to here, this would be a 3 or a 4. could only connect to 8s and 9s. Now, if this was a 3, if it wasn't a 3, it's forming all sorts of 1-2 pairs. If it was a 3, that's an 8-9 pair in the Sun path. 3, 8, 9, 4. Yeah, I mean, that's all right. I don't know, this is so weird. Okay, this Sun path doesn't go down here or it couldn't get out. So it goes either here or here. If it goes there, now I don't know, oh, can I say it doesn't go here? Because then it would have, if it goes to this cell as the 1, 2 away from it, then it has to turn. No, hang on, let's say, we know it's got to there, and then after these two have to be, no, I thought they had to be joined together, but actually maybe they don't. Maybe we could conceive a path like that for the Sun. That's depressing. I really thought I'd established, oh yeah, well, now I have, haven't I? If that happened, that's hiding a 6 on the Sun path. We can't conceive a path like that because that's hiding a 6 on the Sun path and they would both be 1s. That's a weird reason, but since those two are not both on the Sun path, one of these is on the Sun path, and therefore this immediately joins up, and therefore it never goes up beyond that cell into box 3, the Sun path. Because if it comes there, it can't get in and out of box 3. And if it comes there, it can never go in it. Because, again, it couldn't get out. So, I mean, I've sort of got the situation where I know that one of these is a 1. And one of these is a 1. Because after we've joined up to that one way or the other, we have to come out through box 6. Now we can't come that way because that would be a 1, that would be a 6 now in this row, and that would be another 1. So this is not on the Sun path. This one is. I want to know which way we come in. I mean, I'm sure we go down and connect to that, but I have not proved it, and I don't know that I can. And I'm also not ruling out a connection down there with a 1 here. If this is the 1 on the way out, that's the 1 on the way in. Then this is a 2, this is a 3. So if this is the 1, and if that's the 1 on the way out, that's the 1 on the way in. Then that would be a, oh, is there a sort of play around the edges? So either that's a 1 or that's a 1. If that's a 1, that's a 2, that's a 1, that's a 2, that's a 1. If those two are the 1s, then that's a 2. No, that is annoyingly different. I'm going to colour these 1s and 2s red and yellow just because they're doing my head in a bit. So if that was a pair of 1s, they'd be yellow. And if that was a pair of 1s, they'd be red. That's all I was achieving in establishing that. It's such a weird puzzle, and it's not getting any less so. I mean, I could spend some time saying if that was a 6 and we'd have to turn up that way. I don't think it actually helps me. Just not going to. But it is quite interesting that we've established that either that is a pair of yellow 1s or that's a pair of red 1s. strange thing. Okay, let's focus on this and this being yellow ones, because then we'd have to turn down here. And this is hiding an 8, 7, or 6. Although it could be the same. Anyway, it is. So in that case, this digit would be low, but it could be 3. The blue is going to have to run through here, isn't it? That's interesting. In a hidden cell as well. Now, okay, that is very interesting, because if we went through these, the hidden cell, these are at most a 9 and an 8. So the hidden numbers are at most an 8 and a 7. And this would have to be, if we went through there, a 1 or a 2 to touch both an 8 and a 7. And then that would be a 3, which is exactly what it would be allowed to be by that being an 8-9 pair on top. It's so weird thinking about the eclipse numbers. So strange. There is a 7 down here. That's totally uninteresting. That's a 1 or a 2. Come on, think about some new thing that we haven't thought about before. Okay, well, I have thought about this before, but if that went north, it goes into a 3 or a 4, which then has to travel into an 8 or a 9. Now, if it went there, that's an 8-9 pair. Then that is 7 hiding a 6. And actually, I think that is possible, incredibly. No, it's not quite possible. It's not possible for this to be a 6. Because, that's quite weird, but I'm going with this. This can't be a... Well, neither of them can be a green 6, actually, because they're hiding a high moon digit. No, they're not. They're hiding a low moon digit. That's what... Sorry, I lost track of that. They're hiding a low moon digit, both of them. Botheration. Oh, so if it came up here, this is a 7 or 6. Because it can't be 9 or 8, and it would have to be high. I don't know. These are hiding low digits, but those low digits could be anything. It's so unhelpful. If this went to there... Now, if it went to there, if this blue line went to there, this is a 3 or a 4. That would have to be an 8-9 pair, and that would be a 6. So the moon line would go like this. 8 or 9, 3, 8 or 9. Oh, it's so weird. This is a 7 hiding a 6, but that's hiding a low digit. This is 7 hiding a 6. This seems to be where I have to go. Now, we've either got a 1 pair there or a 1 pair there. But, oh, but the 7 is also on... No, I've got it the wrong way round. Sorry. It's the sun pair that's being... The sun 6 that's being hidden, which is why we've either got a 1 pair there or a 1 pair there. Now, the moon... digit, if there's a 1 pair there, this 7 is going to have to connect with... So if it's a red 1 pair, then this 7 can't connect with a 1 anywhere. It's going to have to connect with... Oh, well, it could, of course, in the hidden cell. But other than that, it's going to have to connect with a 2. So if that was a 1, how does the 7 come into row 5? It can't, if that's a 1, we've got the 1, 2 pair done in row 5. The 7 can't come in here and connect with a 2. So it would have to connect with a 1 and a 2. Well, it would have to connect with those 2 cells. Right, I think this is it. If that was a red 1 pair, this 7 couldn't connect with either of those cells because we'd have 1, 2 in the row. So it would have to connect with both of those. This would be a 1 or a 2. But we've established that red would be the 1, so that would be a 1. So this would be a 2. And then it would be connecting with a hidden digit there. Is that possible? This would become a 3 because of the 2 there, 1 there, 3 there. Okay, let me try the other case. If those are both yellow 1s, then what does the 7 connect with? Well, then it can connect with 1 digit below here, a 1 or a 2. And either of those. Oh, that's much easier. So this is the hard case for those to be both, no, not those, for these to be both red 1s. Sorry, this was the case I was examining. That is not a case. It's either red 1s there or yellow 1s there. Now, if it's yellow 1s there, then the 1s for the columns are all done. The ones for the 3 rows is what I mean, are all done. That's really interesting. I'm going to say this again. Whether those are red 1s or those are yellow 1s, the ones for these 3 rows, 4, 5 and 6 are all done. And this 7 can't connect to any of those ones, any live ones. It could connect to a hidden digit here. And it could also connect to a 2 in one of those cells. But if that is the 1 pair, it can't connect to 2 here or here. So it would then have to go like that. But how would it get out of here? It would have to come, if this is on the blue path, there's no way for that blue path to come out anywhere except here. And that's impossible. That is an impossible place for the blue path to come out because it would be a high digit. It would be a 6, and it would have to connect to 1s in both of those positions. But I have just seen that the blue path could come out there, come round here and go down there. Now I just need to rule that out somehow. 7 would be connecting with a 2 here. This would be a high digit that can't be 7, 8 or 9, and that's impossible connecting with the 2. So that is not possible. So finally, and very complicatedly, those cannot be the 2 1s and be red, or the 7 cannot any longer be on the path. So these are both 1s and are this sort of blue-yellow. That is now a 3. These digits are 8 and 9, hiding who knows what, low, they're hiding low digits, so it doesn't really matter. But red is now 2, yellow is now 1. This can't be a 6 anymore. Wouldn't it be great if this deduction actually helped the puzzle? Now, where does the 7 connect? It can't connect to any 1s in any of those cells. It could connect to anything there, but it can only connect to 1, 2 in one of those cells, so it must connect to this cell. Can't be a 2 there, so it connects to a 2 in one of those cells, the blue line. And this one is a low digit. Now, that could connect to a 6 here, and these could both be hiding 1s. That's so vicious, it's almost criminally cruel. but it has to be borne in mind as a possibility. So just by Sudoku and looking at the digits that do physically appear in the grid, those involve only 5, 6 or 7. They definitely have a 7 in. These involve 2, 3, 4 and 6. Oh, I'm losing my mind here. 8. Has anything happened over here with the numbers we put in? I don't think much has, which is wildly frustrating. That was 8 or 9, hiding a blue high digit, no, a blue low digit, which is 1, in fact. I've been wondering, oh, that's become a 1. I haven't written that in. I've been wondering for some time if all the hidden digits are going to be actively determined by touching 6s or 4s. I suspect they probably are, which is weird, but I mean, we can't rely on that because it's not mentioned in the rules. Oh my days, sun, moon and stars. What do we do next? Look, there's a 1 in one of those cells based on those yellows and that 1, 2 pair. Now I do want to take the, I shouldn't really have been using the yellow colouring. I can get rid of that now anyway, because yellow is my colour for the sun loop, and I don't mean to imply they're on it. These are on it. Now, do I know any more about where the sun loop is going now? Not really, is the answer. Or put another way, absolutely not. I know nothing. So it has to go through these moon cells where it's hiding a high digit. That is a 6. Yes, this was the whole point. That's how we knew these were 1s, because the sun path goes through them. So we can loop it up there. And then it goes out of this cell. It can't go to there because that would have to be a 6 and that would be another 1. So it must go south. And this is not a 2, therefore. That's where the 2 is that the moon path goes through. This is so complicated, but that was actually doable. This is a high digit. I can't put 6 because it must run on into another digit, so I'm putting 8 or 9. And could we go there into a 3? No, because we'd need another 8 or 9 there, and we've got an 8-9 pair in the box. So we can't turn there. We can't turn there or we're touching ourselves. So we must come down here, and then we must hit the other bit of the loop. And indeed, this is a 3 or a 4 because it sees a 1 and a 2. It's on the loop. And it's a 3 because it's touching an 8 in a... Oh! No. On the sun path, there's an obscured digit here. Right. That is a 3, and it's touching 8 obscured by 9 here. It's touching 8 there, and it's touching 8 there as well. Ah, that's mad. This puzzle is so mad. If you are understanding it so clearly now and you're wondering why I can't, just bear with me, because I'm finding it very confusing. That's a naked 5. These are 4s and 6s. Those 2s can be coloured blues. This is a 1, 7, 8 triple. That cell is 7 or 8. Now, where's the sun path going next? Yes, well, we know, that's interesting. We know it's not coming that way because of the white dot. And I don't think it can come down here, because isn't it going to cross the blue path somewhere then? This blue path has to get out. It has to... Oh, this is actually getting very weird. Right, Right, the yellow path is going to have to join up, and the blue path is going to have to join up. And they're going to have to join up at the only remaining crossing point, which is right there, obviously. So... let me just very briefly consider whether the blue path could go this way and join up there. No, because that would block off the yellow path getting through anywhere else. That's fine. So the blue path must go directly into that cell where we discovered it's hiding. Oh, it's a 9 on the moon path. Yeah, so that's fine. Now, the blue path has to come out of there. So the yellow path can't come down here because it would never get across without... Yeah, because it can't go through there. The yellow path doesn't come down through it. So it goes into this cell, which is blue and is 7 or 8, I believe. What was the digit being? This is where the yellow path goes. Have I misunderstood something? On the yellow path. No, that's not 7 or 8. It is blue. Blue is right. It's 1. Sorry. There we go. That's what I just misunderstood my own market, my own colouring. Yeah, that, whatever it is, it's an 8, isn't it, on the sun path, hidden by a 9. That can be touching a 1 here. And then this could go there. Can't go here, so the path will have to go through here, the yellow path. And that cell is therefore blue. And now this has to join up without crossing the yellow. I don't know. Let's just take what we can do at the speed we can do it. This is a 5-9 pair. This is low. 1, 2, 3. Not 4. No, not 4, because it's either got to join up those two cells or join with that. Actually, not 3 either, because it's looking at a 3. This also can't be 6 now. It could be 7, because it's joining a 1-2 pair. So we've got both of our 1-2 pairs down here, so we can place 1 in row 8 and a 2 in one of those cells in row 8. Rather unexpectedly. I'm beginning to feel like this might solve. Is that mad? It feels a bit mad to make claims at this point. Okay, this blue path. I have a feeling it can't go here now. That can't be 1 or 2. It could be 3 or 4. Actually, the blue path, even if it was a 4, the blue path could just carry on and join that. So, okay, that feeling was wrong. It's okay to have wrong feelings. It's just not okay to act on them, kids. Oh, look, there's a 7, 8, 9 triple, so that's a 5. 3, 4, and 6. That one can't be a 3 in the column. It is extraordinary how this rule set fills in the puzzle. It really is amazing to me. I'm very, very gobsmacked by it. One of those is a 1. It does seem a little odd, though, that we're going to manage to finish these bottom 2 rows somehow. Maybe we won't. There is always jeopardy in these puzzles. Now, maybe I should consider why this path doesn't go this way. Because that would be a 3, and that would be an 8-9 pair. And in fact, that would be 8. Yeah, neither of those can be 9 because of the Sudoku we've just done a moment ago. In fact, that 9 makes this an 8. This now cannot be any high digit except a 6. So the blue path can't come to here. It's not allowed to cross there. So it definitely does go up to here, where because of that 8, and this can't be 1 or 2, this is a 3. And I'm colouring that blue because I'm allowed to. Now, this has become a 7 by Sudoku. Oh, that 8 fixes what's in the suns up there. Now, this 3 cannot connect there because it can't connect to 8 or 9, and it can't connect there, so it does complete the moon path there. And this sun path now has to complete through that cell. Bingo! We've completed the paths. Now we just need to complete the numbers and the puzzle. I'm quite proud of completing the paths, I have to say. There were moments when I thought that was never going to happen at all. That's not a 3, so this is. That's not a 3. Now, can that can still be a 7. I mean, I don't want to forget any whisper aspects. I probably have missed something on the whisper somewhere, although actually all the digits are pretty much filled in everywhere. Can I fill that one in? This is hiding a moon. These are both hidden moon digits. Oh, and I haven't completed the moon path between those cells. Oh, goodness. Okay, well, that's quite important. So these are hiding, it's low digits, isn't it? The moon path with a 7 there. So this is a 1 or a 2. And the moon path here was no more than 7, so this is a 1 or a 2. Now, they could both be 1s. So they need to find a higher digit to connect them up, either here or here. And better not rule out that we might go that way, which seems ridiculous, but I mustn't rule it out. So one of these is a high digit and is a 6, because none of them can be 9, 8 or 7 in the column. So one of these is a 6 on the moon path. That is so freaky. One of them is a 6 on the moon path. Because this needs to continue. And it is, yeah, and it can't continue anywhere else. And it must continue into one of those cells, and they can't be anything higher than 6. So one of them is a 6. Then it can continue into another 1 cell, which can't be there anymore. So it must continue to another 1 cell there. So these are both hiding 1 cells. And they're connected by a 6 in one of those two. Okay, that's all I can learn at this moment. But 6, 3, 9, 8, 7, that's he's a 1, 2 pair. So that's 4 or 5. One of these is a 6. So if that was a 1, that's a 2, and this is a 6. I don't even think that helps me much at the moment. That is so annoying. I'm going to do some other Sudoku because that just leaves me a bit stuck. I honestly thought I was on the homeward stretch, and now I don't think I am at all. Partly just because my moon path is so uncertain. Oh, it's weird. This puzzle is so strange. But that came about through considering what we were hiding. So this is a 6 or 7 being hidden. And these are both 1s. We've worked that out. I don't think we get to discover whether that's a 6 or a 7 being hidden. That's quite interesting to me. Anyway, that is not the point. Seven is here in this box. That's just Sudoku. Probably does nothing. 9, 3, 8, 7. One of those is a 1. 2, 1, 3, 8, 7. These are from 4, 5, 6, 9. That one can't be a 9 because we've got 9 up here somewhere. 9, 3, 7, 8, 1. Oh my goodness, there must be still something else I'm meant to be considering. To disambiguate, not that one, because that's got a genuine 8 or 9 there. This cell, no. It's got to be this one. Why is this disambiguated? I think this could be hiding a 7, a moon 7. And then that can still be 2. No. Moon. Moon is connected there. That is an 8 on the sun. So this is 1 or 2. That just, it's fine. I can't disambiguate that cell. And even if I think about these, all I've eventually concluded is that those are both hiding 1s and that they need to connect up through a 6, either to the north or south. I don't see that I can do anything else there. This is 2, 4, or 5. Oh, excuse me. I can't take that call at the moment. That's a 2, 4, 5, 6 set. That's quite interesting. So that's a naked 9 now. And this is a 3, 8 pair. Now, I hadn't seen that happening. 9, 3, 8, 1 there. We've got a 2 in one of those cells and a 4 somewhere here. 9, 3, 8, 7, 2 and 4. These are from 1. Oh, 2 is in one of those cells, so that's a 1. It's just Sudoku. That's so annoying, actually. This is 5 or 6. But it can be 6 for the silly moon path. 9, 3, 8, 1, 7. These are from 2, 4, 5, 6. Come on, do something. Look at this column. 9, 1, 8, 3. 2's in one of those cells. These are from 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, the white dot. That can't be a 1 or it can't be a 1, 2, so that's a 4. Bloomin' white dot. I thought it was only there to help me determine the paths. You numpty. That's a 5. That has no colour. These are blue, 4 and 3. Now, 4 there. 4 in this column is here. That places 2 there and down here. 2, I said. And they're blue, along with that 4 and that 4. This is green. That's green, that's green. Let's get the colouring going again. Now, 5, 6, 7, triple no. 4, 2, 2, 1, 7, 6, 9, 4. This is 3 or 5. That's 3, 5, or 8. I still don't understand how that's going to get disambiguated, the 6 going north or south on the moon path. That's so irritating. Definitely a 9 down here. This final column, that can't be a 5. 2, 4, 5, 1. 9 is here or here. Oh, that's not an 8. What's going on in the bottom row? 1, 2, that can't be 4 or 5. How is this still difficult? Four, 5, 6 triple. So that's a 2. That seems quite big. So that's a 1, that's a 2, that's a 1, that's a 2. That does all the 1s and 2s, doesn't it? They look all done. 4, 6, that 9 is making that a 7, which I hadn't seen before. That's not a 7 now. And it's not a 5 either, it's a 6. Those can't have a 6 in. Just literally Sudokuing my way around. 5 in this box is there. That makes this a 6, and that's a 5. These 6s are green. And that's a 6 as well in the row now, isn't it? Well, more importantly, that's a 5 in the row, so that is a 6. Green for 6, that's also green, it's a 7. Goodness me, that's a 7. Breathe, breathe, breathe. That is known. No, it's not. It's not known. 2, 5, 3, 9, 7, 1, 8. That's a 4. That's a 6. And now we do know where the moon path finishes, incredibly, on that 6. There we go. The path is finished. That's not a 5. We've got a 4, 6 pair up there. They are resolved. And we should keep the colouring going because I've bothered to get it this far. This is now a 5, 9 pair, and that's a 6. 4, 3 are resolved. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. 6, 2, 1, 7, 4. This is 5, 8, or 9. There's only one place for 3 in this box, and it's blue. Blue, blue, blue. That can't be a 5. These are green. They're an 8, 9 pair. That puts another 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spot. Light losing its religion. This is a 5. That's 9. That's 5. That sorts out 8 and 9. This had better tell me that I'm right now. Otherwise, I'm bursting into tears. Let's do the last bit of colouring before we do the last digit. Green there. Blue there, I think that's all of it. And this digit is a 6 and finishes Eclipsed Whispers. Yes. Whoa! I mean, take a bow, spaceman. Or rather, we bow to you. That is incredible. What an extraordinary puzzle. What a pleasure to have the chance to discover that on the channel. Little hard to understand, really hard to get your head round. Wicked white dot. Brilliant stuff. Thank you for watching. Please join us again tomorrow. Bye for now.